It starts with a whisper. You know how it goes. One tiny detail drops into the celebrity gossip universe, and suddenly, we're all leaning closer like we're in high school, listening to the most dramatic hallway rumor of the year. Except this isn't about your lab partner fighting with their crush. Nope. This is about Justin Bieber, Selena Gomez, and, wait for it, Justin's own mom, Pattie Mallette, spilling secrets about their infamous breakup fight. Yes, that breakup. The one that basically shaped an entire era of teen pop culture, shattered fan hearts, and made Jelena one of the most unforgettable love stories and breakups in modern celebrity history. And now Pattie is talking. Loudly. Which means it's time for us to dive headfirst into all the drama, the heartache, the hidden truths, and the secrets that could change how fans see their story forever. But before we get too cozy, let's rewind, because this tale didn't start with Pattie's confessions. It started years ago, with a teenage love story that had the whole world swooning. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It is free and help us bring you enjoyable content. And of course, watch till the end. Picture it, the early 2010s. Twitter was just taking over, Instagram wasn't yet a cultural force, and Justin Bieber was the floppy-haired Canadian kid who stole hearts with Baby. Selena Gomez, meanwhile, was Disney Channel royalty, already glowing in the spotlight thanks to Wizards of Waverly Place. When they first stepped out together, the world didn't just notice, it exploded. Fans coined the name Jelena, and suddenly, the two teenagers weren't just dating. They were a cultural event. Red carpets, paparazzi photos, adorable vacations. It was the kind of love story that felt ripped from a YA romance novel. And Pattie Mallette? She was right there, watching her son fall in love in front of millions. But as magical as it all looked, every fairy tale has its shadows. And this one? Oh, it got dark. Fast. But how dark? And how much did Pattie really see? Let's just say, her recent words suggest we've only known half the story. Which brings us to the first cracks in the Jelena fairy tale. If you've ever had a teenage relationship, you know how messy it can be. Multiply that by fame, paparazzi, constant scrutiny, and millions of fans analyzing your every move, and you've basically got the Jelena situation. On the outside, everything looked picture perfect. But insiders whispered about explosive fights, jealous arguments, and trust issues. Selena once admitted in interviews that being in that relationship made her feel like she constantly had to defend herself. Justin, on the other hand, battled rumors, scandals, and the growing pains of skyrocketing fame. Imagine trying to figure out your first love while tabloids are making your fights front-page news. And then there was Pattie. Not just Justin's mom, but a woman who had practically raised Justin on her own, fiercely protective yet struggling to let him navigate his own messy choices. Rumor has it, Pattie wasn't always Selena's biggest fan, but the truth, according to her recent spill, is far more complicated. So what exactly happened when things fell apart? The year Gangnam Style took over the radio, and also the year Justin and Selena officially called it quits, at least the first time. The breakup wasn't quiet. Oh no, fans were obsessed. Every vague tweet, every Instagram caption, every sighting of Justin with another girl, or Selena looking sad, was dissected like it was a college thesis. The media feasted on every detail, but what really went down behind closed doors? That's where Pattie's new revelations come into play. Because according to her, the fights weren't just about jealousy or schedules. They were explosive, emotional, and left scars deeper than anyone imagined. Pattie claims she witnessed firsthand the toll the relationship took on Justin, not just the heartbreak, but the emotional roller coaster of trying to hold on to something that maybe wasn't meant to last. And if you're thinking this is just typical mom protecting her son energy, think again. Pattie's insights paint a picture of two young people caught in a storm they couldn't control. But what exactly did she reveal? And how does it change everything we thought we knew? Enter Pattie. For years, she stayed relatively quiet about Justin's relationship with Selena. Sure, she gave the occasional mom approval comment, but nothing too juicy. Until now. Recently, Pattie has been opening up about those breakup fights, and her words have fans shook. She admitted that Justin and Selena's relationship wasn't just difficult, It was volatile. Behind the polished red carpet smiles, there were screaming matches, tears, and slammed doors. Pattie confessed she often worried about Justin's emotional state, and while she admired Selena in many ways, she also questioned whether their love was truly healthy. One of the most jaw-dropping parts of Pattie's reveal? She hinted that one particular fight was so bad, it almost broke Justin completely. A fight so explosive, it became the turning point that led to their split. Suddenly, fans aren't just gossiping about vague rumors. They're picturing real, raw moments where two young stars were breaking down under the weight of fame, love, and impossible expectations. But of course, Pattie being Pattie, she didn't spill every detail. Which leaves us with more questions than answers. What was said in that fight? Who hurt who more? And did Justin ever truly get over it? If you've ever been part of a fandom, you know they don't take new information lightly. The second Pattie's words started circulating, fans went wild. Jelena shippers resurfaced with theories, insisting Justin and Selena were soulmates who were just torn apart by circumstances. Others clapped back, saying Pattie was finally confirming what they always believed, that the relationship was toxic and destined to implode. Social media threads turned into digital battlegrounds, with old photos, tweets, and clips being dragged out as evidence. Some defended Selena, saying she endured more than fans realize. Others rallied behind Justin, insisting he was unfairly villainized during the split. And then there were the skeptics, questioning Pattie's timing. Why no? Why reopen old wounds when both Justin and Selena have moved on? But here's the thing, Pattie's revelations aren't just stirring drama. They're reframing the entire Jelena story. And maybe, just maybe, they're helping fans understand that the truth about celebrity relationships is far more complicated than any tabloid headline. Still, the question remains, what does this mean for Justin and Selena's legacy as a couple? Whether you were a hardcore Jelena fan or just a casual observer, there's no denying their relationship was iconic. It shaped pop culture in a way few celebrity romances ever have. Songs were written about it, interviews dissected it, and millions of fans grew up watching the drama unfold. Even today, when Justin is happily married to Hailey Baldwin Bieber and Selena is thriving in her own lane, the shadow of Jelena still lingers. Pattie's words add a new layer to that legacy. They remind us that behind every headline, there are real people with real emotions, making messy choices in impossible circumstances. They remind us that first love, no matter how beautiful, can also be brutal. And they leave us with questions that might never be answered. Did Justin and Selena ever truly move on from each other? Did those fights leave scars that still affect them today? And, perhaps most intriguing of all, if Pattie had spoken up earlier, would it have changed the way fans saw the breakup? At the end of the day, Pattie Mallette's revelations aren't just about spilling tea. They're about rewriting a story we all thought we knew. They're about reminding us that love, even for celebrities, isn't always glamorous. Sometimes it's messy, painful, and transformative. Sometimes it's about learning who you are by loving and losing someone else. For Justin and Selena, that journey played out on the world stage. For us, it's a reminder that behind the hashtags and paparazzi shots, they were just two kids trying to figure it out. And Pattie? She's the mom who watched it all unfold, finally letting us peek behind the curtain. Now the real question is, what do you think? Was Jelena doomed from the start, or was it a love story that could have worked under different circumstances? Should Pattie have spoken out sooner, or was it better left unsaid? Drop your thoughts, share your theories, and let's keep this conversation going, because if one thing is clear, it's that the Jelena story isn't just history. It's still shaping how we see love, fame, and the price of living in the spotlight.